There is an unwritten rule of power that almost no one teaches you. The calmest person in the room is the one everyone else is secretly reacting to. Not the loudest, not the smartest, but the one who doesn't move when everyone else flinches. Real composure, the ability to stay steady under pressure while the people around you are losing the thread, is one of the rarest skills a human being can carry. And here's the part that sounds like a contradiction. When you master it, it doesn't just protect you. It unsettles other people. Deep calm makes certain people visibly nervous. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why. Most people get the psychology of calm completely wrong. They treat composure like a temperament, something you're either born with or you're not. They look at someone who doesn't react and say, he's just wired that way. Or worse, she doesn't care. The advice that follows is useless. Take a deep breath, count to 10, don't let it get to you. Composure is not the absence of feeling. It is not low energy. It is not a personality trait. It is a trained ability, a specific, measurable skill of the nervous system, and the research on it is some of the most solid in modern psychology. That means something important for you. If you don't have it yet, you can build it. Today we're going to break down the psychology of real composure, what calm actually is inside the brain and body, why fake calm fools almost no one, why genuine stillness makes reactive people so uncomfortable, and the exact training that creates it. Welcome back to Mindenix. Let's get started. To understand composure, you need one core concept, and it comes from one of the most cited researchers in the field, Dr. James Gross at Stanford. His work is called emotion regulation, the study of how people influence which emotions they have, when they have them, and how they express them. Inside that field, Gross identified two completely different strategies that look identical from the outside, but are opposites on the inside. The first is cognitive reappraisal. This is when you change the meaning of an event before the emotion fully loads. Your boss sends a cold 2-line email. The reappraiser's mind doesn't ask, why is he attacking me? It asks, what is this actually? Maybe it's pressure from above. Maybe it's a man typing between meetings. The event gets reinterpreted upstream, before the wave forms. So the wave that reaches you is smaller. You're not suppressing a storm, you've shrunk it at the source. The second strategy is expressive suppression. This is what most people call being calm, and it is not calm at all. Suppression is when the emotion fires at full strength, and you simply clamp down on the outside. The anger is still there. The panic is still there. Your face just isn't allowed to show it. Gross and his colleague Oliver John found that these two strategies produce completely different lives. Habitual reappraisers experience less negative emotion and have stronger relationships. Habitual suppressors feel worse on the inside and connect less on the outside. Same still face, opposite realities underneath it. Now let's go under the surface, because composure isn't just a mental trick. It lives in the body, and it is measurable. Psychologists Julian Thayer and Richard Lane developed a model called neurovisceral integration. The idea is simpler than the name. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that handles judgment, perspective, and self-control, is in constant conversation with your heart. When the prefrontal cortex is online and in charge, it sends a braking signal down through the vagus nerve. Your heart doesn't just beat slower, it beats more flexibly. That flexibility is called heart rate variability. High variability means your system can accelerate when it needs to and settle the moment the demand passes. Low variability means the brake is weak. Your body treats every email like an emergency and takes hours to come down. Think of it like a metronome. Most people's inner tempo is set by whatever room they walk into. Someone raises their voice and their pulse follows. The meeting gets tense and their breathing shortens. Their rhythm belongs to the environment. A composed person carries their own tempo. The room speeds up and their tempo holds. Thayer's research shows this isn't poetry. People with higher heart rate variability perform better on exactly the tasks that pressure destroys: attention, working memory, decision-making under threat. And here's the part that should change how you see yourself. This capacity is built, not issued at birth. Heart rate variability can be trained. Reappraisal is a strategy, a habit of interpretation, not a gene. Nobody is born composed. The calm people you admire trained an interpretation habit and a nervous system break, whether they did it deliberately or life drilled it into them. You are not missing a trait. You are missing reps. So what separates the person with real composure from the person who is just holding it in? There are 3 laws. The second one may sting. Law 1. Real calm happens before the emotion, not after it. Watch 2 people receive the same bad news in a meeting. The first hears it, and you can almost see the half-second where the meaning is processed. Then nothing dramatic happens, because by the time the information landed it had already been filed as a problem, not a verdict. That's reappraisal working upstream. The second person hears it, and something flashes across the face for a quarter of a second before the mask slams down. Both look calm 3 seconds later, but the first one shrank the wave. The second is standing in front of a wave holding a door shut. The entire skill of composure lives in that upstream moment, in the question your mind asks first. The untrained mind asks, "What does this mean about me?" The composed mind asks, "What is this information and what does it change?" Same event, different question, completely different nervous system response. Law 2. Your fake calm is not fooling anyone. It's stressing them. You think you're composed because you don't yell. You go quiet in the argument. You flatten your voice. You say, "I'm fine," with a face like poured concrete, and tell yourself this is maturity. It isn't. It's suppression. And the people around you can feel it even when they can't name it. In 2003, Emily Butler, Boris Egloff, James Gross, and their colleagues ran an experiment that should end this illusion for good. They paired strangers to discuss an upsetting topic and secretly instructed one person in some pairs to suppress, to hide everything they felt. The partners were never told. Yet their blood pressure rose measurably just from sitting across from someone who was hiding their inner state. The suppressors were also rated as harder to connect with, and rapport between the pairs dropped. Your clamped-down calm raises the blood pressure of the people talking to you. The human nervous system is built to read other nervous systems. When your words say fine, but your body broadcasts locked, the mismatch registers as threat. So if people get tense around your so-called calm, if your partner says, "I can never tell what you're thinking," like it's a wound and not a compliment, that is not proof of your composure. That is evidence you don't have it yet. Law 3. Real composure removes the feedback people steer by, and that's why it makes them nervous. Almost every social attack is a guidance system. The provoker jabs, then reads your reaction, then adjusts. Your flinch tells them where the nerve is. Your defensiveness tells them the hit landed. Your rush to explain hands them the wheel. Manipulation, baiting, status games, all of it runs on the reaction you send back. Now put a genuinely composed person in that loop. The jab goes out, and nothing usable comes back. Not a suppressed nothing with tension leaking through the jaw. A real nothing. Relaxed face. Unhurried voice. A response that arrives a beat later than expected and lands a degree cooler than the provocation. The guidance system goes blind. The person probing you loses the signal they steer by, and the discomfort they feel is exactly the discomfort of a plan that has stopped producing data. Stand near someone truly unreadable in a tense moment, and you can feel the effect yourself. The reactive people in the room start orbiting them, testing them, working harder. The steadiest metronome doesn't chase the room's tempo. The room, slowly and against its will, starts sinking to it. But composure has a price, and you should know it before you build it. The price is projection. When you stop broadcasting your inner state, people fill the silence with their own. The insecure will read your stillness as judgment. The manipulative will read it as a challenge and escalate. You will be tested more, not less, in the beginning, precisely because your non-reaction threatens people whose power depends on your reaction. Some will call you cold because they've never met a calm that wasn't frozen. This is the paradox of the skill. The thing that makes you harder to shake is the same thing that makes you harder to read, and not everyone forgives what they can't read. It's worth it, but it isn't free. So how do you actually build it? Willpower will not work. You cannot white-knuckle your way to composure, because forcing yourself to look calm while your body is firing is the definition of suppression. You would simply be training the exact fake calm we just dismantled. You can't order a nervous system to relax any more than you can order your heart to skip a beat. The goal is not to grip harder. The goal is to retrain the two systems that produce calm in the first place, the interpretation habit and the physiological break. For practices, in order. Practice 1. Install the reappraisal question. The next time something hits you, a sharp message, a criticism, a cancellation, Catch the first question your mind asks. If it's some version of, "What does this mean about me?" Override it out loud if you have to. "What is this actually?" Then generate two alternative explanations that have nothing to do with you. This feels mechanical at first. It's supposed to. Gross's research shows reappraisal works because it intervenes early in the emotional sequence. You are literally practicing catching the wave before it forms. Do it 20 times, and it stops being a technique and starts becoming your default question. Practice 2. Train the exhale. This is the fastest lever on the physiology. Your heart naturally speeds up slightly on the inhale and slows on the exhale. That is the vagal brake engaging. When you deliberately make the exhale longer than the inhale, in for 4, out for 6 or 8, you are manually pumping the brake. With daily repetition, you strengthen it. 5 minutes a day of slow, long exhale breathing, and separately, the moment you feel pressure spike in real life, 1 long exhale before you speak. You're not calming yourself with positive thinking. You're operating the actual hardware. Practice 3. The delayed response rule. Composed people are never in a hurry to answer, and this is trainable starting today. Institute a personal rule. Under pressure, your response arrives 1 full breath after it's expected. Someone provokes you, breath, then you speak. Someone drops bad news, breath, then you respond. That single beat does 2 things. It gives your prefrontal cortex time to come back online and choose the words, and it broadcasts without a single syllable that your tempo is set from inside. The pause feels enormous to you. From the outside, it simply reads as presence. Practice 4. The no feedback stance. This is the advanced drill for moments when someone is actively baiting you. It has 3 components. A relaxed face, jaw loose, which is why the first 3 practices come first, because you can't fake loose. A voice that goes slower and slightly quieter when theirs goes faster and louder, and responses that are brief, factual, and warm enough to be unimpeachable. Okay, that's one way to see it. Take your time. You are not stonewalling. Stonewalling is suppression with a locked jaw, and they will feel it. You are simply declining to return a signal. Run this once against someone who's needling you and watch what happens to their rhythm when nothing comes back. When you train these long enough, something shifts that goes beyond tactics. In the beginning, composure is a performance you maintain. Then it becomes a break you can reach. And then one day, in the middle of what should be chaos, you notice the calm is simply there, not held, not enforced, just your resting state. And the strangest part is what happens around you. People start finishing their sentences more slowly near you. Tense rooms settle when you enter them, and nobody can say why. You stopped syncing to the world's tempo, and the world quietly started borrowing yours. The metronome didn't get louder. Everything else just organized around the steadiest beat in the room. Maybe that's the deepest truth about calm. Every one of us is broadcasting a nervous system to everyone we meet, all day, beneath every word. Most people spend their whole lives transmitting static they never chose. Composure is what it looks like when a human being finally takes responsibility for their own signal. You cannot control what the world sends you. You can train, down to the heartbeat, what you send back. So tell me, of the 3 laws we covered, which one exposed you? Are you the upstream reappraiser, the suppressor whose calm has been leaking this whole time, or the one who's already felt what happens when you stop feeding the reaction machine? Drop it in the comments, honestly. And if you recognized yourself in law 2, you're not broken and you're not alone. Nobody taught us the difference between holding it in and actually being calm. If this video gave you something real, hit like and share it with someone who stays quiet in every storm, because now you know there are 2 very different kinds of quiet, and they deserve to know which one they're living in. Subscribe to Mindenix and turn on notifications so we can keep decoding the hidden mechanics of the mind together. Thank you for being here with me. Goodbye, and see you next time.